Hello, all my Symmetry super sleuths. I need you to come on a detective hunt with me today and find things in our build and natural environment that have symmetry. Symmetry, I'm hearing you say. What's that? Well, it's when one half of something is exactly the same as the other half of that thing. Have a close look at these pictures with your magnifying glass and see if you can identify the ones you think have symmetry. Make sure you take a close look and check to see if you think one half of the picture is exactly the same as the other half. So now that you have had a little think about it on your own, let's do some sorting of natural and built things that do and do not have symmetry. Take this flower for example. Are both halves of the flower the same? Yes. So we're going to put it on this side. What about this house? Well, I can see that this side is not exactly the same as this side. So it doesn't have symmetry, and I'm going to put it over here. Now let's take a close look at this garden. Again, I can see that this side of the garden is the same as this side, and the bottom half of the garden is the same as the top half of the garden. So that means it does have symmetry. Now let's take this banana. I think that there is no symmetry here because this side is not the same as this side, and the top half is not exactly the same as the bottom half, so let's slide it into the no symmetry side. Now we're going to move on to the shell. I think it's pretty easy to see that this side of the shell is the same as this side of the shell, so I'm going to put that into the symmetry side. And this letterbox, well, one side of the letterbox is definitely different to the other side of the letterbox, so it has to go into the no symmetry side. Last but not least, let's take a close look at this little guy here, the zebra. If I'm just looking at his face and I look at the patterns, this side of his face is the same as this side of his face. So I'm going to slide him into the symmetry side. Thanks for helping me sort. You've done a great job. You're becoming an excellent symmetry detective. Now that you know how to look for symmetry, let's use it in this photograph. Do you think this photograph shows symmetry? Sometimes to help us see symmetry, we use a line. This line is called a line of symmetry. Draw your finger along where you think you can see the line of symmetry. Did you draw it here? Great. This is what you call reflective symmetry. The top half of the photograph is the same as this bottom half. Now try it with this ladybird. Draw your finger along where you think the line of symmetry is. Did you draw it here? Look closely with your detective eyes and you'll see that this half of the ladybird shell is exactly the same as this half, so this ladybird is symmetrical. What about this staircase? This one can be a bit tricky, so have a close look, Symmetry Super Sleuths. Is there anywhere that we could draw a line of symmetry to have two exact halves? Let's try. Not here. poor here. So, no, this staircase does not show symmetry. Now let's try it with these two bridges. Let's try the top one first. Can I put a line of symmetry anywhere on the bridge to show two exact halves? I'm going to try it going this way. No, that didn't work. What about if I go from the top to the bottom? No, that didn't work either. So this bridge does not have symmetry. But if I have a close look at the bottom bridge, I can put a line straight down here, and I can see that this side is now the same as this side. So this bridge does have symmetry. Last one. Let's use our detective symmetry super sleuth eyes to look for the symmetry of the front of these houses. The door of this one does look symmetrical. But if I use my line to cut it this way, I can see that the windows on this side are not the same as the windows on this side. So that means that this house is not symmetrical. But if I have a look at this house, and again use my line to cut it down the middle, I can now see that this half is the same as this half. The windows are the same, the chairs are the same, even the pot plants and the posts. Oh look, the lights are the same too. So this house is symmetrical. Well, my little symmetry super sleuths, that's the end of your detective hunting for today. Congratulations, you are a symmetry star. Good luck looking for symmetry around you in your natural and built environment. Catch you on our next learning adventure.